Good morning, good morning. Mr. Cities calling all my Jamaicans and foreigner. Listen to me. It's not easier foreign. Member needs tell you this, yeah? It's not easy. You see, if you're not Jamaica with the beautiful sunshine and river and natural fruits and all these things, wanna stay there and try and make something on yourself. Yes, come here and visit me. Not stop nobody from come out foreign, but listen to me. It's not this cold place. You see, if you're not work, for the last video I make about life not easy in the UK. For all who ask why me not go back. The reason why the kids not go back is because me can't find nobody to trust. Me have big trust issue. I start business back home so that I could take me little time build up and go back, and it's the own relative of mine rob out everything. Everything him take when me work hard and save and put little. And say one cocoa, full basket, me do that try to my business, then rob it out. Okay, that's why me not go back. When I ask why me not go back, that's the reason. Because Jamaica is beautiful.
When I tell people that I want to move back to Jamaica, the first thing that comes to their mind is, what about the crime? So let me tell you about my experience. I appreciate that my Jamaica is not everybody's Jamaica, but I can only tell you how I feel. And having lived in the UK for 9 years, let me just say this. I have experienced more direct consequences of crime in London than I have ever experienced in my entire life in Kingston, Jamaica. So when I get to England, my car gets broken into in front of my house. And babes, we lived in what they would call an uptown area, and it got broken into, but so sophisticatedly that they don't actually break any windows. It's all done electronically. So you get into the car, you're missing things, and you're almost thinking like, am I going crazy?
Have you ever dreamt of a better life overseas, perhaps in the UK, believing it holds the key to financial freedom and endless opportunities? Many do, and for good reason. The perception is often one of abundant jobs, higher wages, and a generally easier existence. But what if that dream is, in fact, a carefully constructed illusion? What if the reality of life abroad, particularly in places like the UK, is far more arduous, demanding, and financially draining than anyone ever? Okay, we're going to explore a stark warning from someone who has lived this experience firsthand, and an individual who has navigated the complexities of life in both Jamaica and the UK, and whose insights might just make you rethink everything you thought you knew. So in the next few minutes, we're going to uncover the immense struggles faced by those living overseas, those who left Jamaica, and I will be talking about from the relentless burden of bills and taxes to the excruciating hunt for employment, even with a solid education. We'll explore the myth that that money is easily made and saved abroad, and why sending a little something home to family can feel like an impossible feat. This is not just about financial hardship. Listen to me. It is about the surprising truth of safety, community, and the truth of chasing that elusive better life. So you'll hear about personal experiences with crime that defy common stereotypes and gain a unique perspective on where true security and support might actually lie. In this video, we're going to dive deep into a conversation that challenges everything you might think about living abroad, especially if you're from the Caribbean. So before we jump into these eye-opening revelations, I urge you to hit that like button if you're ready. If you're ready for some unfiltered truth, share this video with anyone who might be considering a move abroad, or who needs a dose of reality about what it truly entails. Your comments are invaluable, so please let us know your thoughts in the and experiences down in the comments below. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell on, so that you don't miss out on our future discussions that challenge the norm and provide genuine insights. So let us watch the rest of the clips, and then I'll be back to discuss everything with you guys.
Good morning, good morning. Mr. Cities calling all my Jamaicans and foreigner. Listen to me. It's not easier foreign. Remember, needs tell you this, yeah? It's not easy. You see, if you're not Jamaica with the beautiful sunshine and river and natural fruits and all these things, you know, stay there and try and make something on yourself. Yes, come here and visit. Me not stop nobody from come out foreign, but listen to me, it's not this cold place. You see, if you're not work, dog me and me a supper. Nobody not there to help you. Listen to me. And even with job, when we have a job, you see, when you work, you go straight back on bills. You understand me? So you see, when you no call and we can't send a little thing, it's not that we don't want to send it. We have bills to pay. Them have bills from council tax to rental, light to gas to water. Me say we can't stop with the bills them. And on top of them, tax upon the paycheck. Listen to me. We hardly have anything to squeeze. You see them when they want to see a party up and party up. Don't get me wrong, them is a party if we probably just release the stress after them pay them bills and everything. Trust me. Because the money is not there. And where's the cost of living coming, yo? It's not easy. Even with education, you get a job, it's not easy, and it's not that easy if you get a job either. Because you go see interview upon interview. If the people them not like you, you not get the work. You not get the work. Member needs to tell you that. You hear that? So if you're in the Caribbean, which part of the day with nice sunshine, whatever, yes, it might be a little boat house, whatever, but me miss me little boat house. When me can go a river, get up and cook some food out the door. Yes, sir. You not have no food, you not eat. No money if you buy food, you can't eat. You can't go trust nothing at the people them shop. The foreign land not easy. Member needs telling you this. You hear that? Trust me. Me always dream for just work and go back because obviously my mother sent for me. You understand what I mean? Because she had to seek a better life. Education, me do my flight attendant, everything. But me get sick. You understand me? After that I be a back clean. Yo, remember me tell you. Luckily me have my girl with brain. You understand what I mean? I say? Trust me, that place is not easy. You know, this cold land, foreign land is not easy, my people. Remember me telling you that. Me see my father back home and me tell him, me just make sure him okay. You understand me? Even though me can't eat sometime, me make sure him okay. Because me say me nah make him come struggle like me. You must say mad. My father can't come struggle. But my son, me make sure him have everything him have. Want him have everything me have. We scrape, we left back, we just scrape for myself. But anybody can relate to this, so the foreign are not easy. Anybody can say it easy, whatever. To Uno, good luck to Uno. Glad for Uno. But for me, and most people, it's not easy. So. You hear that? For the last video I make about life not easy in the UK. For all who ask, why me not go back? The reason why the kids not go back is because I can't find nobody to trust. I have big trust issue. I start business back home so that I could take my little time build up and go back, and it's the own relative of mine rob out everything. Everything him take when me work hard and save and put little. And say one cocoa, full basket, me do that try to build my business, them rob it out. Okay, that's why me not go back. When I ask why me not go back, that's the reason. Because Jamaica is beautiful. It's just the trust. And me can't save. As I said before, me can't save. As me work now, the money gone back on bills. Bills. The ones in Jamaica is saying, yeah, UK is better than Jamaica. No, I'm not saying Jamaica is not hard, you know. I'm not saying not hard in Jamaica. But me I say it's not easy in the UK. You can't get no free water for bed. You have thing called council tax. Bills upon bills as you work. The money go back upon bills. That's what me I say. Me not saying Jamaica is easy. Me I say the UK is not easier. It's not old time UK, this 1960, 1980. It's not even the old time UK when me just come here. After the COVID, things get really hard. Everything gone up, sky high. What I mean sky high, everything up. So that's the reason why I'm not going back home. And nothing isn't easier in the UK. Me I tell you now. But come on soon, feel yourself. Them say who feels it knows it. You understand me? That's where me I talk from.
When I tell people that I want to move back to Jamaica, the first thing that comes to their mind is, what about the crime? So let me tell you about my experience. I appreciate that my Jamaica is not everybody's Jamaica, but I can only tell you how I feel. And having lived in the UK for 9 years, let me just say this. I have experienced more direct consequences of crime in London than I have ever experienced in my entire life in Kingston, Jamaica. So when I get to England, my car gets broken into in front of my house. And babes, we lived in what they would call an uptown area, and it got broken into, but so sophisticatedly that they don't actually break any windows. It's all done electronically. So you get into the car, you're missing things, and you're almost thinking like, am I going crazy? Because there are no other signs, like physical signs that the car's been broken into. And then you realize actually your little money that you were hiding into the like flap of the mirror is gone. Anything that you had in the glove compartment is gone. And then you're like, oh damn, someone has actually robbed me. The other time, just after COVID, my car was parked directly in front of my house and the whole thing was gone. I called my sister, I said, you saw my car outside, right? She goes, of course I did. The car was not there. When I called the police and told them that my car has been stolen, they asked me if I had any video footage or any photos, and I explained no. They said, well, it was a Range Rover, and Range Rovers are being stolen all the time, so they won't bother looking into the case. I needed to contact my insurance company. I'm like, the whole car is gone and nobody's going to look into it? And then at my restaurant, I had a restaurant in Clapham, again, not the hood. I had a restaurant in Clapham, and a man threw a brick through the glass door, then climbed in to the restaurant through the door and basically stole alcohol and the till and whatever, so robbed me. Then when I looked into putting shutters on the window, because it was like floor to ceiling windows, I was told that it is a conservation area, so the council will not give me planning permission to put a shutter on the front of my restaurant. So I can't protect myself from being robbed again, but at the same time nobody is doing anything to protect me from being robbed, and I'm trying to run a business. In Brixton, I used to have a restaurant, I had it there for 9 years. Post-COVID, the rates of like crackheads and just vandalism just started to go through the roof. And before COVID, there was a little bit of code of conduct, right? Like you had 5 regular crackheads, they'd come and check me at 1 o'clock in the morning, I'd give you a little food, but you would never come into the business whilst we were open, whilst we had paying customers. It was just understood that there was like some sort of respect. Post-COVID, the new crackheads, babes, they never respect anything. They would come into the restaurant whilst I'm open, you're sipping on a 14-pound cocktail, and literally somebody is stealing your bag in that moment. And I'm like, this is getting madness. Again in Brixton, which is supposedly gentrified, someone gets stabbed at 3:30 in the afternoon. I'm like, you're not even waiting for nighttime? And for me, this was a bit weird. I opened a bar on Cold Harbour Lane. The day I was opening the bar, the roads were blocked off by police because there had been a fatal stabbing. So my point is that I have not ever had to have those concerns living here in Kingston, Jamaica. No, I am not saying that there is not an issue of crime. What I'm saying is that most times in the uptown areas, it is targeted crime. It is not being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Today I was walking downtown and many people are like, oh no, you can't go downtown. I was going downtown, I was taking pictures, I was taking videos, it was fine. Somebody told me that the rate of crime against tourists or expats is something like 0.001%, something like that, 0.01, 0.001, you get the gist. It is very little. So when you guys are telling me about crime, there is nowhere that I'm going in Jamaica that I ever feel like my car is actually going to get stolen. And the other thing is that I genuinely believe that if something happened to me in Jamaica, there would be some repercussions. Whereas in London, I felt like it was so much about being in the wrong place at the wrong time, because you have like £1 million houses here and then you have like a volatile estate there, which was very strange to me. And I just, maybe again, because I feel like a foreigner in London, it just never felt comfortable. I've seen somebody on the train and this man was being super aggressive to him. The guy wasn't even responding and the man smashed his head into the glass and his head just started bleeding and nobody flinched. Nobody said anything. I have confidence that if something happened to me here in Kingston, that somebody, somewhere would take up after me. And these are just the things that I just wanted to share. Now, please remember, I am not saying that there is not a crime issue. I am not saying that there aren't things that we need to deal with as a country. What I am saying to you is that this idea that in Kingston we're like dodging gunshots all the time, or we're walking around fearing for our lives, clutching our handbags, is just simply not true. And that is my lived reality. I appreciate you guys might have a different story. So no, when I think about moving back to Jamaica, crime is not anywhere near on my radar as a concern.
Welcome back, good people. So that was a lot to unpack. The speaker's insights really challenged the common narrative about life abroad, particularly for those from Jamaica and the wider Caribbean. What struck me the most was the stark contrast between the perceived dream and the harsh reality. So let us dive into the core financial challenges that individuals living abroad, as described by this speaker on what she actually faced. It's a far cry from the picture often painted. The first and most prominent issue highlighted is the high cost of living and relentless burden of bills. Our speaker has explicitly stated that money earned from work often goes straight back to the bills. This is not just a casual observation, it is a lament about a continuous circle. These bills, they ain't just minor expenses. Either we're talking about fundamental necessities. There is council tax, there is rent costs, electricity, gas, and water bills. On top of these, there are tax upon tax deductions from paychecks, leaving very little, as the speaker puts it, to squeeze. The implication is clear. Even with an income, the sheer volume and magnitude of these expenses make it incredibly difficult to manage, and the speaker's assertions that the money is not there to easily cover costs resonates deeply with anyone who has grappled with the escalating living expenses in abroad. So, the cost of living is not just a minor inconvenience. It is a significant overarching issue that defines daily existence abroad. This leads directly to the second major financial hurdle, the difficulty in sending money back home. For many who have moved abroad, a key motivation is to financially support their families back home in Jamaica. However, according to our speaker, she reveals that due to the expensive bills and taxes, individuals can't send a little thing home. It is not a lack of desire or willingness. It is a brutal reality that they simply have too many overwhelming bills to pay faster before they send money back home. This shatters the illusion that moving abroad automatically translates into a steady flow of remittances, highlighting the immense financial pressure individuals are under. Making even small contributions to their families a monumental task. So, guys, there is something what she has mentioned about the struggle with employment. It is a common misconception that once you have an education, securing a job abroad is straightforward. She has vehemently refuted this, stating that even with qualifications, getting a job is not easy. The process involves interview upon interview, and success, surprisingly, often depends on whether the people like you. If they don't, one might not get the work. So this exposes a frustrating and often demoralizing reality where qualifications alone ain't enough and subjective factors can derail employment prospects, leading to prolonged periods of unemployment or underemployment despite earnest efforts. And lastly, the speaker was talking about the necessity of immense hard work. Living abroad, especially in UK, it requires one to work like a dog, meaning to work extremely hard because nobody there they can help you. This statement underscores a culture of self-reliance where financial stability is solely dependent on one's own intense and often relentless labor. There is no safety net, no easy handouts, and certainly no one to shoulder your burdens. So it paints a vivid picture of a demanding environment where survival hinges on sheer grit and perseverance. So, just to sum up, the portrayal of life abroad is a far cry from the idyllic dream that it's not easy, marked by constant financial struggle, the difficulty of saving, and even meeting daily expenses after the myriad of bills and taxes. The initial dream of a better life or education often dissolves into a harsh reality of perpetual struggle. So, guys, as we come to the end of this video, there is a contrast between initial expectation and the realities of life abroad, particularly those from Jamaica or Caribbean, is a recurring theme. While there is often a dream or expectation of a better life or new opportunities, such as pursuing education or careers, the lived experiences is often far more than challenging. So, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Next, we'll be talking about we'll be talking about how people are going through tough times. Those people who left the Caribbean and Jamaica are going through tough times in other countries. We're talking about the diaspora. So thank you guys for supporting me. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Peace out.